that penalties there?
Oh, just not us being focused, just shooting ourselves in the foot, man. That's all it is.
How much did the environment impact those as well?
Not as much, man. When you're in environments like this, as a team, you got to come together as a collective and, just got to execute plays. We didn't start off doing that at the beginning of the first half, so that led up to the score tonight. So, it's all good.
David.
Joe, I know you finally threw an interception with Tennessee. Can you kind of take us through that play?
It happened, man. It happened. I can't go back and change what happened. You only can learn from it. It's totally on me. I understand.
But he put pressure on you, right, Desmond? You got hit while you were throwing, right?
Yeah, that's part of the game. That's what happens.
He didn't land on you, did he? Because he weighs 200 pounds more. Okay.
That's right.
Eric and then Caleb.
Joe, I know the moves in the locker room probably went great after the game, but what were some of the things that you and some other leaders kind of said after this?
For sure, man. It's just all about if we're gonna come together or we're gonna separate. These games right here lead you to the most important things in life. You look at the game and you're like, oh man, we lost to Florida, right? And you go back in the locker room Sunday and you watch the game and you just see all the mistakes you made as a team personally, and you want to just fix those and go execute the next week.
Caleb.
Joe, you had a lot of success on that first drive. What changed from that first drive to the rest of the game for y'all?
Just got to keep executing, man. As an offense, you just got to keep going no matter what. When you score that easily, and things can be so easily scored, you just can't just ride the wave. You got to be able to execute and attack.
Ryan and then Adam.
Second half, got a little bit going there on that first drive. What would you guys say at halftime? What kind of adjustments were there to make at that point?
Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Just keep going, man. As an offense, as a defense, as a special teams, you just got to execute.
Adam.
Joe, you said you'd like the team to come together. How will you know if it does? Will it show up in practice or in games? How will you know if it does?
Only people that find out that is us. We'll find out that within the team starting tomorrow. Really start tonight on the plane, but really tomorrow morning. We get in there and watch it, and go back Monday. You go execute and get ready for the following week. Can't go back and change anything that happened in this game.
Right here in the middle.
Joe, coming back home, what does that mean to you tonight?
It meant a lot. I had a lot of family here, but most importantly, just being able to, go out here and execute with my brothers, man. We all preach that all week, just to get out there and execute. We fell short, but at the same time, man, we just got to go out there and execute no matter what.
Get two more. Eric, and then we'll finish with Ryan.
Joe, on the turnover downs, fourth down, kind of on the far side of the field, looked like some things were a little out of control there, maybe some confusion with the officials or substitution. Kind of, from your vantage point, what happened on that?
I was pretty confused on what was going on, just because the ball was moving so much. I was just pretty confused on what was going on. The ref blew the whistle. So in my head, I'm thinking that he's going to respot the ball so it don't be too much confusion on with the snap, but they let it roll. So, everything else out of that was out of our hands. That's pretty much, you got to control the controllers at that point.
Right, last question.
So, Joe, do you guys come away from this game kind of feeling that most of the mistakes you made were sort of self-inflicted? And that you just
Absolutely. It's all self-inflicted wounds. You look at it and you be like, oh man, like I just say, you look at it and be like, oh, we lost to Florida. But you go in there and you see all the self problems we made, the self things that we did that you did in yourself that messed up the play or messed up the drive. Like those small things we can go change. But you got to keep believing in yourself as a team. That's my message to the team. Keep believing in yourself and go execute. That's all that matters.
Thanks, Joe.
Vantage point, what led to those pre-snap penalties and how much did the environment affect those?
It's early in the season. We haven't played in an environment like that thus far. The part of it's just focus and being dialed into the things that we practice throughout the week, and we talk through these things. So we just have to look back on what we didn't do right and see what we can improve on moving forward.
Ryan.
what sort of changed after the first drive? You guys kind of went right down the field, and then after that didn't have as much success the rest of the first half.
I can't really pinpoint it exactly. We came out fast, started fast, and then sort of lost our momentum a little bit. And I think, kind of, me personally, I think that we started thinking back that we couldn't do it again, and we just had. So it's a mindset thing, it's a confidence thing, it's trusting in one another and what we are capable of doing. And it's really just that.
Where you guys were so explosive on offense last season, this year everything just looks kind of labored on mistakes and maybe missed opportunities. But what do you guys have to do to kind of get back into your groove and play like you did last season?
I think a loss like this would really, light a fire under anybody. I know me personally, like this feeling and the way this feels, like I'm not going to take this lightly. And I think everybody else on the offense will fall in line on that. So hopefully moving forward there won't be, laboring days or nights. Not that we'll be perfect, but we're gonna work for it.
Caleb?
Brew, you talked about the offensive struggles being a mindset thing. How do you go about correcting that? Is that in practice or just talking to one another in the locker room? How do you fix that?
Well, it's what you're being coached on. It's applying it. It's having the focus and the mindset to actually go out and do what you're being taught. It might be reps, whether it be extra reps or staying late or whatever it may be. It's just finding a way to take what you know you need to work out, what you're at a deficit at, and going and working at it in whatever way you feel necessary as an individual, but also as a teammate, you have to go out and do things on your own with you guys around you to work in the right direction, to be more focused. And when you get into an environment like this, you gotta show up.
Anything else for Brew? All right.
Aaron, can you talk about, I guess, first drive, you had a nice tackle for loss and they forced a missed field goal, but then they kind of got their offense going. What were they kind of doing and what allowed them to have such a big game?
They were just running the offense, honestly. On our end, I feel like it was just a lot of mistakes. We really weren't playing sound football, in my opinion, just undisciplined from our part.
Ben?
Aaron, you talk about being undisciplined. Is that surprising to you, given how fall camp went and the offseason?
No, sir.
What needs to happen to make sure that you all correct this moving forward?
We just gotta be more intentional in our work during the week. I feel like we could always, we could have improved our urgency and our intentions, in the way we work throughout the week. So I feel like we can start there for sure.
Paige?
It seemed that sometimes there was some frustration, like from Tyler Barron. You could see him on the field just a little upset, and the coaches on the sideline. What are those conversations like when it's a false start or a missed tackle?
Yeah, we get frustrated when we miss plays and we make mistakes that we shouldn't have made. But the conversation really goes just next play, snap clear. So that's really how we conversate.
Did you feel like you did that?
I don't feel like we did a good job of doing that. I feel like we did a good job of saying it. We didn't do a good job of doing it.
Mike?
Aaron, what was your view of that in the final 10 seconds there where things got a little bit heated between you guys?
Yeah, I think we were just trying to get the ball back. I say that they went in a little barrier call, trying to run the clock out, and we were just trying to get them down and get the ball back to offense.
Anything else for Aaron? Ben?
Do you feel like you all as a team have the leadership to battle this early season adversity and let this not define you for the rest of the season?
Yeah, most definitely. I do. I feel like, all in all, I feel like we have the team to do that. So, yeah, we shall see.
Eric?
Aaron, kind of on that note, I know the move was not good after the game in Walker, but what were some of the things you guys that you seniors said that kind of fall in this loss?
Yeah, just stick together. We're not defined by this early in the year. What we want to accomplish out of the season is still on the table. So that was the main thing. Just telling the guys it was about how we respond. It's not just this moment in general. It's how we respond to it.
We need two more. Ryan?
You mentioned that they just kind of ran their offense. I guess that means did they not throw many wrinkles at you that we weren't expecting or anything like that maybe led to the offensive success they had?
They just ran their offense and we misfit a lot of things and were undisciplined with them what they were doing. So that allowed them to open it up a little bit more for them.
Anything else for Aaron?
And just what led to the third down issues, I guess, a lot of third down conversions, any certain thing that you feel like was making an issue on those particular plays?
I'm not sure.